that, you're welcome to it. Make sure your pets are ready to go. Thank you, Micah. Excellent. All right, and then we are going to start either in a seat or in child's pose. I want to give you guys the option to come into a position that feels good for you today. As always, I'm going to get you guys started. I'll make it to my mat in a few minutes here. So if you decide to start out in your seat, make sure that both sit bones are rooted firmly on the mat beneath you. You can loosely cross your legs or find a butterfly posture, whichever feels better for that lower body. And then we create that nice, tall, dignified spine from our seat all the way up to the crown of our head. And then if you decide to begin this evening in child's pose, big toes touch, knees out as wide as you would like to take them. Your belly will either fall between your thighs if your knees are wide, or you can rest your chest and your belly on your thighs. And then you can walk those fingertips towards the top edge of your mat as far as you'd like to open up the space underneath your shoulders. And then once you have settled into your physical posture, you can gently begin to close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. There's no need right away to change the breath. If you would just like to take note of your inhales and exhales. And then at any point you would like to deepen your inhales, please feel free. Expansion to the front, back, and sides of the rib cage. Each exhale, an opportunity to release and to let go. Each time you find a breath in, we'll take it a little bit deeper. Expansion, front, back, and sides of the rib cage. And then each time you find an exhale, it's an opportunity to release and let go. If there's any movements here that feel good for you in the posture you have found, please feel free. You can rock your head side to side. If you're in your seat, you can roll your shoulders one way and then the other way. If you're in child's pose, you can walk your hands to one side of the mat and then the other. Just coming into the body, noticing how you feel. We'll take several more moments just like this, so feel free to take your time with the movements that feel good for you. If you've rotated your body to one side, make sure we take it to the other side. And we'll take 5 more breaths here. So opportunity to continue with the small movements that you're finding yourself in, or returning to stillness. Two more breaths here. And then if you are in your seat, you can stay where you are. If you are in child's pose, you can gently bring yourself up either onto your shins, like you can sit on your feet if you'd like to, or you can sit cross-legged, whatever feels better for you. And then once we have all found a comfortable seated position, we're going to inhale here together, drawing the arms up overhead, pressing the palms together. So we'll pause here for a moment. Allow our fingertips to reach up while simultaneously plugging the shoulder blades onto the back. Maybe even taking an opportunity to gaze up at the thumbs here. And then we'll find another breath in. Hands drawing to heart center here on an exhale. Twice more. Inhale, palms press, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhaling, hands draw to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach up, palms press, gaze up. Exhale to draw hands to heart center. Good, and then we'll place the right hand on the right hip. We're going to inhale the left arm all the way up. And then we're going to exhale ourselves over to the right here. Gentle side bend. Continue to root down through those sit bones. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale ourselves back to center. Left hand to left hip. Pause here for your exhale. And then inhale the right arm up overhead. Exhale, side bend to the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale back to center, right hand back to right hip. Pause here for your exhale. Inhale, palms pressed together overhead. Exhale, we're going to twist it to the right. Right hand comes to hip, left hand to the right thigh. Chest is nice and open as we open up to the right side here. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center on an inhale, palms pressed together overhead. You can gaze up. And then as we exhale, gentle twist over to the left. Left hand to left hip, right hand to the thigh. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then last time back to center, inhale, palms pressed together overhead. Exhaling, hands drawn to heart center. Good, we'll make our way over to a tabletop position. Take your time getting there. We're going to stack shoulders over wrists. Spread those fingers really wide. And then your knees can be directly under your hips or slightly behind, whatever feels best for you. We'll work through a few rounds of cat-cow. As we inhale, we drop the belly, lifting the gaze, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling to push the mat away. Inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts. Exhaling to push the mat away. One more time, inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale to push the mat away. Coming back to our neutral spine here. Let's set those knees about 5 inches behind our hips. Restack your shoulders over your wrists if you've shifted back and tuck your toes under. We're going to fire up the belly here for a few moments. So spread your fingers nice and wide. On your inhale, we're going to take those knees about 1 inch off the floor and hold. So zip up your entire core. Root down firmly through both palms here and press firmly through the balls of the feet. Take another inhale and then exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet, wiggle your hips. We'll take 3 breaths here. Two more big breaths. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhaling the right leg towards the ceiling, square your hips. And then we're going to bend that right knee and make those big hip circles, taking it one direction. And then let's switch directions here. We're still on the right leg. Keep rotating the other way. And then on your next inhale, extend that right leg straight behind you. Flex your foot and square off your hips. Notice what it feels like to square those hips. Root down firmly through both hands. Take an inhale. And then exhale, placing the right foot back down again to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling the left leg towards the sky. Bend that knee. And make those big hip circles on that left side. And then we're going to take it the other direction. Big hip circles going the other way. And then on your next inhale, extend that left leg straight behind you, flex your foot. See how it feels to square your hips off here. Root down firmly through both hands, my friends. Take an inhale. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Send those hips a little higher. Walk those feet towards those hands. Finding a forward fold here at the top of our mat. If you need a little bend in those knees, please feel free to take it. Those hamstrings might be a little tight right here. We're going to bring our hands to our shins, come up halfway, find a flat back and inhale. Exhale to fold down. Let's do it again. Hands to shins, coming up halfway. Exhale to fold. One more time, hands to shins, come up halfway. Exhaling to fold down. Let's root down through both feet to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together overhead. Gaze up at those thumbs. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. So let's find our feet hip distance apart. Toes point forward. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhaling, our side bend to the right. Take it as far as you'd like to here. And then we'll inhale back to center, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, take it the other way. Full breath in. And a breath out. Inhale back to center, gaze up at your thumbs. We're gonna exhale to cactus those arms here. So this is a bit of a chest opener. You can think of it that way. I have a little bend in my knees, just sort of root down firmly. And as you open up your chest, the backs of your hands presses towards the wall behind you. So you're really opening up your chest and the front side of your shoulders here. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now we're going to inhale, just reach those arms up, palms pressed. Exhale, fold forward over those thighs. Hands come to shins, come on up halfway, inhale. And then as we exhale, root those hands firmly, stepping it back to downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Inhaling the right leg towards the ceiling, square off those hips. Exhale to step that right foot forward, drop your back knee down. We have a low leg lunge on this first side. So your right knee is stacked on top of your right ankle. Left knee is behind that left hip. Square those hips as much as you can. We got a good little hip opener here. Shoulder blades are on the back. Find a big inhale here. And an exhale. One more breath in. As we exhale, frame that right foot, send those hips back to straighten the right knee, coming into a half split. Beautiful. So root down firmly with that right foot still here. If you're on your fingertips, that's totally fine. Flat palms are good too. Hips are square as we can get them. Full breath in. And a breath out. And then we're going to make our way forward again. Bend into your right knee. Plant your hands firmly. Lift that back knee off the mat and then step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Inhale your left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. As we exhale, we step it forward, dropping that back knee down, finding our low leg lunge on this side. Left knee stacks on top of that left ankle. Hips as square as we can get them here. Plug those shoulder blades in. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take another inhale. And then as we exhale, frame that front foot, send those hips back to straighten that left knee, coming into our half split on this side. Good. Sending all that breath to that left hamstring here. Square hips as much as we can, fingertips or flat palms. Big inhale. And an exhale. And then we'll make our way back to our lunge, bend into your left knee. Plant those hands firmly, lift your back knee off the ground, and then step back to downward facing dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Inhaling ourselves to high plank. Check out your alignment. Shoulders over wrists. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And then we're going to inhale to hover those knees above the ground. Exhaling to high plank. Twice more. Inhale, knee hover. Exhaling to high plank. One more time. Inhale to knee hover. Exhale to high plank. Stay here for your inhale. We're going to exhale to the belly this time, all the way down. Untuck those toes, find a baby cobra so we keep a bend in those elbows. Shoulder blades on the back. And then take a full inhale when you're ready. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in, everybody. Full breath out. 2 more breaths. One more. Send those hips a little bit higher. Take those baby steps towards the top of the mat, finding our forward fold here once we arrive. Again, a little bend in those knees if you'd like. We'll bring hands to shins to come up halfway, find an inhale. Exhale to fold all the way down. Inhaling all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together, overhead knees up at your thumbs. Exhaling, hands come together at heart center. Mountain pose. Tadasana. Let's bring those feet all the way together this time, everybody. Big toes touch. We'll take our side bends again. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Press those thighs together. You can think about sending your left hip to the left to get a little deeper side bend. And then we'll inhale back to center, gaze up. Exhale, take our side bend to the left. You can think about kicking your right hip out to the right. And then we'll inhale ourselves back to center, gaze up. Exhaling as we cactus those arms again. So bend in those elbows, press the backs of your hands behind you, right? Open up your chest, beautiful. And then we'll inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold over those legs. Hands coming to shins. Inhale, come on up halfway. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly, step back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale our right leg towards the ceiling. Find those square hips. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Keep your back knee lifted. We'll come up into our first full-size crescent lunge on this side. Good. So we're stacking right knee on top of that right ankle. Square off his hips as much as you can. You can use your hands if you need to. And then make sure those shoulder blades are plugged in. Palms reach up. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take another inhale. Stay strong in those legs. As we exhale, we're going to cactus the arms here, finding our little chest opener in our lunge. Beautiful. So keep pressing firmly through this back leg. Press the backs of your hands behind you. Open up the front side chest. Inhales. And exhales. Inhale to reach up, gaze up. Exhale to frame that front foot. Plant those hands firmly, step back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale your left leg towards the ceiling. Find those square hips. As we exhale, we step it forward. Back knee stays elevated. Crescent lunge on this side. Good. Square off those hips, everybody. Do what you can. Shoulder blades stay on the back. Pressing firmly here through both feet. So full front foot and the ball of the back foot. Find that inhale. And your exhale. Stay strong in those legs. Inhale. Exhale to cactus those arms. Open up that chest. Maybe gaze up on this one. And then inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to frame that front foot, taking it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling ourselves forward to a high plank. Shoulders are over those wrists, spread your fingers wide. We're going to inhale the knees to a hover. Zip up your belly. Exhale, high plank. Twice more. Inhale, knees to a hover. Exhale, high plank. One more time. Inhale, knees hover. Exhale, high plank. Pause here. Take a breath in. And then we'll exhale to the belly. Baby cobra or full cobra on this one if you'd like. That's up to you. Shoulder blades are on the back no matter what. And then we find an inhale and an exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Let's find 3 breaths here, everybody. One more breath. Let's send those hips a little bit higher. You can walk your baby steps or take one giant step to the top of the mat. Forward fold once you get there. Hands come to shins. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to fold down. Inhale to bring it all the way up. Palms press together overhead, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhaling, hands come together at heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. Bring those feet all the way together, everybody. Chair pose, here we go. Hips come back and down. Feet are together, calves together, inner thighs together. Square off your hips. Take it low as you can, and then biceps frame your ears. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take another inhale. As we exhale, we're gonna fold over those thighs here. Forward fold. Hands come to shins. Inhale, bring it up halfway. As we exhale, plant those hands firmly. Take it back to downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Inhale that right leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step that right foot forward here. Crescent lunge, we've been here before, everybody. Torso comes up. Check your alignment, we're not in a hurry here. Hips are square, right knee is stacked, shoulders over hips. Full breath in, full breath out. And let's stay nice and strong in those legs. We're gonna draw hands together to heart center. Inhale to elongate your spine. And then we'll exhale, twisting to the right. So left tricep hooks to the outside of that right thigh. Press your palms together here. Find a breath in. And a breath out. One more inhale, furthest point. And then as we exhale, frame that front foot, step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale our left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhaling to step it forward. Find our crescent lunge first, strong legs, square hips. Big inhale. Full exhale. Inhale here. We're gonna draw hands to heart center. Stay strong in those legs, everybody. We'll find our inhale to elongate our spine. Exhaling, twisting to the left, so right tricep hooks on that left thigh. Good, stay strong in those legs. Find your inhales and your exhales. One more breath, furthest point, inhale. And then as we exhale, frame that front foot, step back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in here and a breath out. Inhale to a high plank. We're gonna do our knee hover set one more time, everybody. So shoulders are over wrists, spread your fingers wide. On your inhale, those knees come to a hover, fire up your belly. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, knee hover. Exhale, high plank. One more time, inhale, knee hover. Exhale, high plank, pause here. Breath in. Exhale to the belly. Baby cobra or full cobra, your choice here. Take an inhale. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Sending those hips a little bit higher. You can walk, you can step, or you can jump to the top of your mat. Big toes touch. Forward fold on your exhale. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together, overhead gaze up, maybe a little back bendy. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Chair pose, everybody. Round two, we've been here before. We're gonna mix it up. Hips are square. You can see your toes when you look down. Biceps frame the ears. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to the right. Left tricep hooks to the outside of that right thigh. Make sure your knees are together. You are welcome to stay here with palms pressed, or you can open up your arms to get a bigger twist. Your choice. Breath in. Breath out. Hands come together at the side if you've separated them. Come on back to center on an inhale. And then exhaling it to the left. Right tricep hooks on the outside of that left thigh. Keep those hips low, my friends. You can stay here or you can open. Your choice. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more round of breath. And then bring those hands together at the side if you've lost them. Come back to center in that chair and forward fold on an exhale to straighten those knees. Whew. Hands come to shins, bringing it up halfway. Inhale. And then we'll exhale to plant those hands, take it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Inhaling that right leg towards the ceiling here. Square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Crescent lunge. Yes, we've been here before. We're going to mix it up. Strong and steady in those legs, everybody. Inhale. Drawing hands to heart center here on your exhale. Stay super strong in those legs. Inhale to get long through that torso. Exhale, twisting it to the right. Left tricep hooks. Good. Option to stay like we did before with palms pressing, or you can open up those arms. So that left hand can stay hooked to the outside of your right thigh, or you can bring your left hand to the inside of your right foot if that feels better. 2 breaths. One more breath. And then we'll square off those shoulders, frame that front foot carefully, step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling our left leg towards the ceiling here, square hips. Exhale to bring it forward, finding our crescent lunge on this side. Find your alignment, find those strong legs. And then we'll draw hands together at heart center. Inhale to get long. Exhale to twist. Right tricep hooks to the outside of that left thigh. But you can stay here. You're welcome to open the arms if you'd like to. If you want to bring that right hand to the inside of that left foot, also a great place to be. It's your choice. 2 breaths. One more breath. We're going to carefully unwind, planting those hands firmly, stepping it back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let's inhale those knees to the mat, everybody. Exhaling, hips to heels, child's pose. Let's take a moment. Finding some big inhales and some big exhales. 2 more breaths here. One more. You're welcome to come through a tabletop first if you would like to. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. You can pedal out those feet once you arrive if you'd like to. Wiggle those hips if you want. Two more breaths. One more. Inhale those hips a little bit higher. Walk, step, or jump. Send your feet to your hands. Big toes touch. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms press together overhead, gaze up at your thumbs, maybe a little back bendy. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. We're gonna put a bunch of stuff together right here, everybody. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips back and down, biceps frame the ears. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to the right. So left tricep hooks to the outside of that right thigh. Press your hands together firmly and look down at your feet. And then we're going to shift our body weight onto our right foot, bringing your left foot up to your butt. So left heel to your left butt cheek. And then with as much balance and grace as you can possibly muster, we're going to extend that left leg back behind us so it finds the back of the mat, finding our twisted crescent lunge that we've done before. Look at that. Full breath in. Full breath out. You can open up those arms if you'd like to. We've done this before. Take an inhale and an exhale. And bring those hands together at the side. Torso comes back to center. Full-size crescent lunge. Torso comes all the way up. Look at that. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And an exhale. One more breath in. As we exhale, we're going to frame that front foot and then bring both hands to the inside of that right foot, pivoting to the left side of the mat, finding our wide-legged forward fold. Round one. So hip, knee, and ankle all in the line here. Check it out. Hands can stay firmly planted or you can come down to your forearms. That is up to you. We're going to take 3 breaths here. One more breath. And then we'll bring those hands under that face, come up halfway, finding a flat back. As we exhale, we're going to make our way over to our right foot, keeping both hands on the inside of your right foot. Take your right foot out to the width of your mat here, finding a lizard lunge for just a few breaths. So we're nice and long on this left side here. Right toes point forward, keep hugging this right inner thigh in. We'll stay on those hands. We'll take 3 breaths. One more breath. And then we're going to carefully step our left foot forward to the outside of our left hand, finding a forward fold here. You can keep your hands on the mat if you want, grab opposite elbows, or grab your ankles here. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. And then bring your hands to your hips here. We're going to carefully peel that torso all the way up to standing. Once you arrive in your standing position here, we'll heel toe those feet all the way together. Big toes touch. And then we find chair pose again, sitting it back and down. Hips are square, biceps frame the ears. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hands draw to heart center. Inhale, get long. Exhale, twist it to the left. So your right tricep hooks to the outside of your left thigh. Good, and then we have our balance party. So keep your palms pressing together. Gaze down at those toes. Shift your body weight to your left foot and start to carefully draw that right heel into your butt cheek. And then once you feel good, extend that right leg behind you as carefully as you can, finding our twisted crescent. Beautiful. Scoot that foot back if you need to. If it didn't land totally perfectly, that's okay. And then option to keep your hands here or to open them up. Full breath in. Full breath out. Hands come together at the side if they're apart. Good, and then bring that torso back to center. Full-size crescent lunge. Torso comes all the way up, reach up. Big breath in. Full breath out. Stay here for one more inhale, strong legs. Exhale to plant those hands, and then we'll shift those hands to the inside of that left foot. Rotating towards the right side of the mat, wide-legged forward fold, round 2. Toes in, slightly heels out. Hip, knee, and ankle all stacked. And then again, you can stay on your hands. You can come to forearms, you can reach your hands behind you, or you can grab your feet. Lots of options here, 3 breaths. One more breath. Bringing those hands back to center under your face. Come up halfway, inhale. As we exhale, moving towards our left foot here. Hands stay on the inside of that left foot, and then wiggle that left foot out to the width of the mat. Lizard lunge here, just for a moment. Nice long right leg here. Left inner thigh hugs in. Stay on those hands. Take an inhale. And an exhale. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to carefully step our right foot forward to the outside of our right hand, finding a forward fold here. All 10 toes point forward. Hands can be on the ground. You can reach behind you, or you can grab your ankles. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. 1 more inhale. And then we're going to rotate those toes out, heels in, finding yogi squat, malasana right here. Good. I'm going to rotate here just because I'm going to show you a little bit of form options here. So if your heels are up, scoot your feet as wide as you need to get those heels down. And then we want to use the strength of our butt cheeks to take our knees out. So we don't want to rely on using our elbows to bring our knees out. We really want to use our legs to do that. So even if you need to bring your hips up a little bit to get those knees out wide, that's okay. Settle in, 3 breaths. We have an option to find our half bind here. There's a bind on each side with this pose. If you need to drop your butt all the way down, if this is too much on your hips, you can come out of it. If you want to play with the bind, we'll start with our right side. So our right hand is going to come to the outside of that right knee. Left arm up. Great place to be. This is our half bind. If you want to use your left hand to find the right hand and hook behind that knee, you can. That's a toughie. Big breath in. Full breath out. Come back to center, everybody. Woo! And then we can try the other side. So most of us do not have equal shoulders, so you might not be able to do it on both sides. So we'll take our left hand around to the outside of that left knee. Right arm up, great place to be if you want to stay here, or you can try to find the fingertips. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale back to center, everybody. Everybody's hands down, hips up. Woo! Wiggle it out, my friends. And then we're going to work those feet back into hip distance apart. Take your time getting there. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly, step back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale that right leg towards the ceiling. Bend that knee and open up that hip. Oh, that feels good. So your pelvis is open to the right. Right hip stacks on top of that left hip. Square off your shoulders. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale to square off your hips, extend your right leg behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in here. Full breath out here. Inhale your left leg towards the ceiling. Bend that left knee and open up that hip. Pelvis is open to the left, stacking left hip on top of right. Square off those shoulders. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And then inhale to square off. Extend that leg behind you. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling to a high plank. We're going to come down onto those forearms, everybody. We're going to do a big shoulder opener here. So you can have your forearms parallel with your hands down, or you can interlace your fingers. That's going to be up to you. And then from here, we're going to start to come into a dolphin plank. So you're going to start to walk your feet forward, take your hips up, shoulders stacking over elbows. If you need to widen your feet a little bit, you can. And this might be enough. It's like a short downward facing dog, right? This is great if you want to stay right here. If you want to take it a little further, you can. You can also think about coming up onto those tippy toes for a little bit bigger stretch. Finding your furthest point here. I'll give you one more challenging option. You can lift a leg. If you've got one leg up, switch to the other side. And then both feet down, everybody. Take one more breath. Furthest point. Big exhale. Walk those feet out. Finding that forearm plank again. Everybody take a breath in. Belly to the ground. Let's stay on those forearms here. We're going to find Sphinx pose. So forearms are parallel. Hands are flat on the mat. Keep those elbows down to start. Pelvis is heavy. Squeeze your glutes. So as you start to press up, if you would like to lift your elbows off the ground, you can. That is not a requirement. You can stay on your elbows if you want. That's up to you. Tops of the feet press down, just like we do in Cobra pose. Let's find two more breaths, either on those elbows or elevated. That's up to you. One more breath, inhale. We're going to exhale all the way down to the belly. Let your forehead or a cheek rest on the mat. You can bend those knees and rock those feet side to side. And then we'll extend those feet long. Plant those hands to frame your rib cage here, everybody. Take a big breath in. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Full inhale here. Full exhale. One more vinyasa here if you want to take it. You can stay in down dog if you want to. If you want to go with me, inhale to a high plank. Exhale to the belly or your first chaturanga of today. Cobra or upward facing, your choice. Inhale it. Exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Send those hips a little higher. Walk, step, or jump feet towards hands. And then we'll bring those hips all the way down onto the mat here. Legs long in front of us. Toes up towards the sky. Woo! Beautiful. So root down firmly through both sit bones here. Toes are up. Chest is up nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. 3 breaths. And then we'll bring that torso all the way up. Draw that left knee in, the right leg is gonna stay nice and long. Left foot comes into the inside of the right thigh here. We're gonna put our left hand behind our left hip here. Right arm comes up, inhale. Exhale, take your twist, so you're either taking to the outside of that thigh or you're hugging the knee. Both options are fantastic. Your left hand is used to add in a little extra rotation of that torso to deepen your twist. Maybe even gazing over your left shoulder here. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to unwind, come back to center. Exhale to extend that left leg long and we'll shake it out. And then we'll take it to the opposite side here. Drawing that right knee in, plant that foot on the ground. Left leg stays nice and long. Right hand comes right behind that hip. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale to hook the elbow or forearm around the knee. Use your right hand to create a little bit more rotation. Maybe gaze over that right shoulder. Inhales. And exhales. Let's bring ourselves back to center on an inhale. Exhale, extend those legs long, shake it out. Take a full breath in. And then as we exhale, torso comes all the way down onto the mat. The head is the last thing to arrive. And then once you're all the way down, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug here. You can rock side to side gently if you'd like to. And then we'll place those feet on the floor. Keep those knees bent. We're gonna walk our feet out to the width of the mat here and let those knees come in together. Arms take up as much space as you'd like. Find a big breath in. Exhaling, knees to the right. Knees come apart, feet are still apart. If you'd like to hook your right foot to the outside of your left knee, you can, but that's not required. 3 breaths. And then we'll unhook the foot if it's hooked. Bring your knees back to center, feet are wide, knees knock in. Again, those arms are taking up as much space as you'd like. And then we're gonna inhale. Exhaling, knees fall to the left. Feet stay apart, knees apart. If you wanna hook your left foot to the outside of your right knee, you're welcome to do that. Full breath in. Full breath out. Twice more. One more time. And then unhook the foot if you have it here. Bring those knees back to center. Gently draw knees into chest. You can find a happy baby here if you'd like to, grabbing onto toes, arches, or ankles. And we can rock side to side. And then we'll draw knees back into center here. If there's any other postures you would like to take before closing out our practice today, you're welcome to. You can take your legs up to the sky. You can find a lying butterfly stretch. You can do a little bridge if you would like to. Or you can find legs up the wall. Plenty of options here to finish out your practice. Let's continue to find that breath. We have a few more moments here. So if you took a twist to one side, please feel free to take it to the other side. And then once you are ready for your final resting posture for today's practice, feel free to extend your legs long, feet out to the width of the mat. Arms can take up as much space as you would like to here. And once you have found your final resting pose, whether legs up the wall or full Shavasana, take a full breath in. Exhale into the support of the earth beneath you and enjoy. Let's find a full breath all the way in and a full breath all the way out. Gently beginning to wiggle those fingers and wiggle those toes. Rolling the wrists and the ankles. Gently rocking the head side to side. When you feel ready, you can extend your arms all the way overhead, getting as long as you can from fingertips to toes. We'll find a big inhale here. As you exhale, draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug. When you feel ready, you can make your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position. We'll take a moment in this posture, as we always do, to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude and blessings, using both hands to press you up to a comfortable seat. Drawing hands together at heart center once you arrive. Eyes open or closed here, your choice. And then we'll close out our practice together today with one more full round of breath. Let's inhale and exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so grateful for all of you. I threw my email into the chat. If you ever have any questions or comments or need to say something that you don't want to say in front of the group, you can email me. And I love you all. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank
Thank you, Courtney.
Thanks, everybody. Great job.
Courtney.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.